Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Today, we're diving into a comprehensive overview of internal control over financial reporting. We'll explore everything from its core objectives and essential components to the risks involved, the roles of different stakeholders, testing procedures, established frameworks, and best practices to ensure strong financial integrity. I'm excited to walk you through these critical elements that help maintain transparency and accuracy in financial reporting. Let's get started. Internal control over financial reporting, or ICFR, refers to the processes that an organization puts in place to provide reasonable assurance that its financial reporting is reliable. The main purpose of these controls is to prevent errors and fraud, which helps ensure that financial statements are accurate and complete. Beyond accuracy, ICFR also plays a crucial role in helping companies comply with relevant laws and regulations. Ultimately, effective internal control systems protect the organization's reputation and maintain its financial integrity, which is essential for maintaining trust with investors, regulators, and other stakeholders. Internal control over financial reporting serves several crucial objectives. First, it helps safeguard company assets, protecting them from loss, theft, or misuse. This is fundamental because assets are vital resources that need to be preserved. Second, these controls ensure the accuracy and completeness of financial data. Reliable financial information is essential for decision-making and maintaining stakeholder trust. Third, internal controls promote operational efficiency by streamlining processes and reducing errors or redundancies. This not only saves time but also supports better resource management. Finally, internal controls help ensure compliance with laws and regulations, which is critical to avoid legal penalties and maintain the company's reputation. Together, these objectives create a strong foundation for financial integrity and organizational success. When we talk about the key components of internal control over financial reporting, the first one is the control environment. This sets the tone at the top of the organization, reflecting the ethical values and the management's philosophy. Essentially, it shapes the culture and influences how seriously everyone takes internal controls. Next is risk assessment. This is where the organization identifies and analyzes risks that might impact financial reporting. Understanding these risks is crucial because it helps determine where controls need to be applied. Then we have control activities, which are the actual policies and procedures put in place to address and mitigate those risks. These activities act as safeguards to prevent errors or fraud. Information and communication is another important piece. It ensures that relevant financial information flows properly across the organization and that everyone who needs the information receives it timely and accurately. Finally, monitoring involves regular evaluations to check how effective the controls are. This includes ongoing monitoring as part of daily operations, as well as separate, more detailed assessments to make sure controls continue to do their job over time. Together, these components create a robust framework for reliable financial reporting. When we talk about risks and challenges in internal control over financial reporting, there are several key issues to keep in mind. First, the risk of fraud is always a critical concern because it can seriously compromise the accuracy and reliability of financial reports. Next, complex financial transactions can pose a challenge since they may be harder to monitor and document properly, increasing the chance of errors. Another important point is the inadequate segregation of duties. Without clear separation of responsibilities, there's a higher risk of mistakes or intentional wrongdoing going unnoticed. Finally, a lack of sufficient documentation makes it difficult to test and verify controls, which undermines the entire control framework. Addressing these risks is essential to maintaining strong and effective internal controls. When we talk about roles and responsibilities in internal control over financial reporting, management plays a central role. They are accountable for designing, implementing, and maintaining the control systems that safeguard the accuracy of financial information. Internal auditors then step in to test and evaluate these controls, helping to identify any weaknesses or gaps that need attention. Meanwhile, external auditors provide an independent review, offering assurance that the controls in place are adequate and functioning effectively. Finally, the board of directors oversees the entire process, ensuring accountability and strong governance. Together, This collaborative framework helps maintain robust financial reporting controls. First, we begin with walkthroughs. This step involves tracing transactions through the entire process to confirm that controls are properly designed and effectively implemented. It helps us understand how the controls function in real-world scenarios. Next, we move to control testing, where we evaluate how well these control activities operate over time. This is crucial to ensure that controls aren't just in place, but also working as intended. After that comes substantive testing, which takes a closer look at account balances and transactions themselves, verifying their accuracy directly. Finally, testing is not a one-time event. It happens on an ongoing basis. The results are reported regularly to management and other key stakeholders, maintaining transparency and ensuring that controls remain effective continuously. When we talk about frameworks for internal control over financial reporting, the COSO framework stands out as the most widely recognized and trusted guidance. It offers a comprehensive structure that organizations can use to design and assess their controls effectively. Adopting this framework is crucial because it ensures a standardized approach, promotes consistency across the organization, and helps meet regulatory requirements. In terms of best practices, there are a few key elements to keep in mind. Clear and thorough documentation is essential, along with regular risk assessments to identify and address potential issues. It's also important to have strong management engagement to drive accountability and to implement continuous monitoring to detect and respond to changes promptly. This ongoing monitoring is especially valuable because it allows controls to be adapted as business conditions change, ensuring they remain effective over time. Now, let's look at some common examples of internal controls. First, we have authorization controls. These ensure that all transactions are approved by designated personnel, which helps prevent unauthorized activities. Next are reconciliations, which involve comparing different financial records to verify their accuracy and catch any discrepancies early on. Then, there's segregation of duties. This is about dividing responsibilities so that no one person has conflicting roles, reducing the risk of errors or fraud. Finally, information technology controls play a crucial role in safeguarding data integrity and controlling access to sensitive information, protecting the organization's digital assets. These controls work together to strengthen overall financial management and security. When internal controls over financial reporting are weak or poorly designed, several serious consequences can arise. First, there's the risk of financial misstatements. This means the financial reports may be inaccurate, which can lead to poor decision-making by management, investors, and other stakeholders. Next, companies may face regulatory penalties. These penalties can include hefty fines or sanctions, which not only impact finances but also the company's reputation. Another major consequence is the loss of investor confidence. When investors lose trust, it can lower the company's market valuation and make fundraising more difficult. Lastly, poor ICFR often leads to increased audit costs. Auditors will need to perform more extensive testing and scrutiny, which raises the overall cost and effort of the audit. Altogether, these consequences highlight why maintaining strong internal controls is essential for any organization. To wrap up, let's emphasize why strong internal control over financial reporting, or ICFR, is so important. It ensures that financial statements are accurate, reliable, and comply with all necessary regulations. The key elements that support this include having well-defined objectives, solid control components, clear roles for everyone involved, and thorough testing to confirm everything works as intended. But beyond the technical aspects, it's crucial that organizations commit to continuously improving their ICFR processes. This commitment helps to protect assets, maintain the trust of stakeholders, and meet regulatory requirements consistently. Ultimately, the purpose of ICFR is to create a trustworthy financial environment that supports the organization's overall integrity and success.